here I am, recording from the sheep's summer home, a field of rapsa flowers, and I have come out here to give my explanation of why I will be leaving this farm and am looking for another one. I wrote everything down in this beautiful journal that my beautiful friends in Philadelphia had given me as a bon voyage gift, which has come in very handy. So, yeah, let me start. Let's see. I feel that those in charge manage their volunteers not so well. They were too busy with everything else going on in the farm to effectively communicate or to communicate at all. No one knew what was expected of them, but when a volunteer did something that the managers or owners of the farm thought was not good, they were able to have time to tell the volunteers then. The volunteers never received praise or appreciation, either verbally or through the food. The volunteers and workers at the farm received pasta and ricotta, which at first, right, seemed great. You're in Italy. You eat pasta, ricotta made on the farm. But then you realize that when you have it every day for lunch and dinner, it was crazy. At one point I was so tired and I realized it couldn't have just been from working on the stall. I think I was anemic. Maybe I wrote that down somewhere. That I would go into the refrigerator and sneak slices of salami and prosciutto and bresaola and eat them just to try to get some iron. It was crazy. So the food we received was the economico cibo, or the economic food, and we watched all of the good food go to the tourist tables. All of the meats, and the fancy cheeses, and all the different grain salads and vegetables. So yeah, at one point, oh here we go, I was feeling run down and tired, anemic, and I'm not one for confrontations, so I stole the slices of meat from the fridge that was reserved for the tourists. And then one of the volunteers, Raul, spoke up and actually confronted the owners about this and how, you put in more than 6 hours of work a day, which is the wolfing contract, 6 hours a day, and you just don't feel you're getting proper nutrition. So Raul spoke up, and lunches and dinners were changed, but only for about 10 days, while one of the owners was at a market in Switzerland, and when they returned, the meals went back to what they used to be. And so neither one of the owners really cared to get to know you, your background, or why you decided to come to their farm. You're just made to feel like you're just another person, some cheap labor to service cogs in their agritourismo machine. I feel that they're more passionate about money than their cheese. Maybe that's just me. I really didn't get a chance to discuss it because they're so busy. Well, the one owner is only in the stall to milk the animals, and the other owner had no idea that there are vegetables ready for harvest in the garden, and they keep going to the store and buying things for salads when they have it already. Like, they're just too busy to even take notice of the things living on their own farm. I mean, if it weren't for some of the other workers that actually take care of the animals and take care of their illnesses and their sicknesses and are really good at observing their behaviors and how to manage them, I don't know. Like, I was told a story that whenever the owners first started and they started having their kids and their friends would come down from Switzerland and help them out in the farm, and eventually their friends just, like, one by one left because they felt like the people who managed this farm just changed. So the farm, I think, is too big and too busy. Oh, and the caravans of tourists are just parked on the farm, I think, clutter the beautiful landscape. They're just caravans and tents and people and kids, which is great. I mean, I'm really glad that people have a chance to get out into nature and exposed to, like, the farm and the animals. but it's just like right there, like right on the farm. When I walk to the bathroom to brush my teeth, they're just tourists everywhere, and tourists, and like the workers don't even have a bathroom. We have the handicap bathroom, and there's people in there like dumping whatever down the shower drain on the floor. I don't know. That just happened once. Maybe it was just me. I was just too angry. I don't know what they were dumping. But I just wanted my personal space, you know? Like, I retreat to my caravan, and sometimes it kind of feels like a prison. Oh, and then all the other volunteers started complaining about this, and then we all get together and complain, and then it just becomes this big negative space. So it's very frustrating. And so while I've learned a lot and experienced a lot at this farm, I feel it is time for me to move on. And, and not in a panic, where is my life heading? And, oh my God, am I wasting time of my precious life by being on this farm kind of way? But in a confident and decisive way that I respect myself to get the heck out of this situation. I had given this farm the benefit of the doubt, and when I first met the owners, I thought maybe they just have trouble translating their emotions into English, and maybe it's just me, because they seem to favor the Germans, German tourists, there's a bunch of them, German volunteers more, and they just seem to have more time to talk in German with these people. And I talked to other volunteers who weren't German, and, well, even the one Swiss guy, he kind of felt the same way, like, this is not what I expected. I've been on other farms, and no, this one's not like the other farms that I visited in Wolfing that have much more positive energy. So I tried to give the farm the benefit of the doubt. And when I first experienced these emotions, the guilt of not helping, wash the tourists' dishes, even though we've already put in over 6 hours of work a day. Yeah, like my Easter dinner, thank goodness I had the 2 Canadian girls who actually made washing dishes fun. So everyone goes out for Cena di Pasqua, Easter dinner on holiday. They come to the farmhouse, and the volunteers are the ones who wash all the dishes. So we just spent hours and hours, 5 hours, washing dishes, other people's dishes on Easter holiday. Like, I kind of wanted a farm that would spend the holiday with the family and the volunteers, the people who work and share in their dream of having this farm and work on the garden and take care of the animals. And the Easter dinner is maybe a goat that they had slaughtered that had lived this good life on the farm, and vegetables from the garden, and something that everyone is proud to share in, something that they've all worked together and can partake of the fruits, meats of their labor. So as one of the woofers said, that was here very briefly, don't own that guilt. That is not yours. Don't take it on. You know, the expectations from the owners were never laid out. And so since you didn't know the expectations from the get-go, when they're working, like, this is their dream. Don't feel like, you know, like, I don't mind helping out, pitching in, but if I am appreciated and respected, that's one thing. But when I just feel like you just do the work because, I don't know, that's what you're here to do, you work on a farm, there's just something different, a different negative energy. So I'm not a doormat. You just can't use me like that. If you cannot appreciate me, I do not want to give you my time and energy, because although you don't seem to respect me, I respect myself. So I emailed a few cheese shops in the U.S., Tria Cafe, De Bruno's, Artisanal. Murray's didn't have an email address. I thought about calling to see if they have any suggestions. So I asked for suggestions of dairy farms in Italy that would take me on as an apprentice. I'm reevaluating what I want from this trip in Italy and what I want to, and I want to return to my original plan to learn how to make cheese and not just work on a farm. So, and I was thinking about the family thing, about being appreciated in kind of a close-knit farm community, and I thought that I could work. De Bruno's had sent me an email of a dairy farm here that exports their cheeses to New York, and although it sounds like a big operation, I really trust the cheesemongers at De Bruno's, that Emilio, the guy who emailed me, he said he had visited this dairy farm, the Casaficio, and he really liked the people, likes the products. However, I'm having a tough time getting a hold of them. And so I thought I would try to make these last 2 months more of a cheese apprenticeship, and when I want a close-knit family, I'll just go down to Taviano and be with my own family. Some bunch of people are there to feel like a family. So those are my thoughts. And I am moving. It's kind of scary because I like this place, and I know the goats and the people, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's time to move on. You know, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Some wise words that I feel that I should employ in my life now. So thank you for listening, and thank you so far for everyone who has responded to my email about the woofing farms and the advice and suggestions from all of you, friends and family, and taking this trip together. You watch, and yeah, we'll keep in touch.